Hi everyone, it's Mari here for Honeybee Stamps. Today I'm going to be creating this card where I'm creating a focal point with color and die cuts. I'm going to be using a gorgeous die set from Honeybee. This is called Lovely Layers Seasonal Signs. There's a ton of different dies in this die set where you can make a bunch of signs for different seasons. There's also a coordinating stencil set. I'm actually going to be using this die set to create my focal point, and I love that there's so many elements that are not just seasonal but really great for just using as different little bits of details on your projects. Now I've got a piece of A2 sized white cardstock on my desk, and I've masked off the outside edges with a 3/4 of an inch strip on each of the different sides of masking paper. And so I just put that masking paper through my through my trimmer and cut it into 3/4 inch strips, and then just masked off the edges of the paper to create the focal point in the center of my white cardstock. So I'm using some Distress Oxide Kitsch Flamingo ink to ink blend onto this masked off area in the focal point area of my card. And I do apologize, I'm having a little bit of trouble in this next frame with the focus of my camera, but I'm just using mustard seed here to create that other area of color. So you can just see how I've ink blended with the pink and the yellow to create a really pretty color combination. And when I go ahead and take the masking tape strips off, you can see how it just reveals just a really pretty crisp line that's going to create that focal rectangle area for me to really create that focal point for my project. So I'm also going to be using the circle die from the Lovely Layers Seasonal Signs die set. And what I did was I die cut the circle out of some craft cardstock, and then I used the gorgeous 3D Fall Forest embossing folder from Honeybee, and I just embossed that circle to create, again, the focal point area. Now I'm also using a really gorgeous die set from Honeybee. This die set is called Great Greetings Every Day, and there's just some really awesome scripty sentiments with coordinating shadow dies. Now I have die cut these all from white cardstock. I've die cut the hello word twice from white cardstock, and you can just see here I'm going to add a little bit of my Honeybee liquid adhesive to the top of this die cut word, and then I'll just go ahead and adhere the second layer on top. And I'm just going to go ahead and spread that glue around a little bit with my finger just so that I don't get any glue ooze. I do want to do a little bit of ink blending on the top layer once I get this glued together, so I didn't want any glue on that top layer. That would obviously cause a problem when I go to ink blend. Now I am using a Picket Fence Studio small grip mat on my desk, and I'm just putting that die cut piece on there and adding a little bit of the mustard seed again and the Kitsch Flamingo to coordinate with my card front. So I'm going to just go ahead and add that scripty hello onto the white shadow layer, and you can just see how really pretty that is. The colors of ink really pop off of that white background nicely, and this is going to be a really nice die cut detail for my focal point area. I'm adding a little bit of liquid adhesive onto the back of my card front, and I am going to adhere that onto a top folding white card base. Of course, that's A2 size. And here you can just see how I'm going to take a little bit of foam adhesive and pop up that circled die cut piece that's embossed and add that onto my card front. So just go ahead and get that stuck down. I've attempted best as I can to get that centered on there. And then this word hello is going to go onto there as well. So really liking how this is all coordinating together, the creation of the focal point area, and now it's time to start thinking about some additional embellishments. So these dies here that you can see on the left are from, again, the Seasonal Signs Lovely Layers die set, and I've die cut these little bits from some gold glitter cardstock. I thought that would coordinate really nicely with the color scheme that I have here, and I'm just going to put a little bit of liquid adhesive on the ends of these little sprigs. And then in that Seasonal Signs die set, there's also a die where you can die cut out, I think it's 8 little berries or circles, whatever you want to use them for. So you could actually use them as little nail heads on your signs or for berries or whatever you want to use them for really on your different die cut pieces from that seasonal sign set. So I'm going to adhere the word hello down there near the top half, and I'm going to coordinate the mini messages fall stamp set with my larger main sentiment. So I've got grateful for you as the sub sentiment there. And I've got that stamped out, and I've used the coordinating banner dies for mini messages to die cut out that grateful for you sentiment from that white cardstock. Now I wanted to take my little coordinating leaf and sprig in two sort of diagonal areas around the sentiment to just add more detail to my focal point area. And so I'm just going to go ahead and layer up these little bits to the top left and bottom right of the greeting. Now I do want to take a little bit of gold splatter and just add a little bit more detail with my brush here so that I can get just a little bit of extra sparkle and shine over my project. And I do have the greetings covered up with a little bit of cardstock so that I don't distort the greeting in any way. And this is just going to add a little bit of really pretty gold splatter to my project. Friends, I have linked up in the description box below to all of the different products that I've used from the Honeybee shop today for my project. I hope that this inspires you to think about how you can create the focal point for your next project using color and ink as well as your die cuts. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel today. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment, and I will see you again next week. Bye-bye.